have to do the exercise 3.3. We have done with the question number 1 in the previous class. Now today we have to do the question number 2. Okay, so here is the question number 2. Consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknown x, y, z. So these are all the diagrams and examples of a parallelogram. In each figure, maximum 1 or 2 angles are given, and we have to find the absent angles, which are named by the x, y, and z. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now here I will do the two diagrams. Now I will solve only 2 parallelograms, and remaining you have to solve. Okay.
Okay.
So we should start from the which one?
We'll do the fifth one.
Fifth one. Like the fifth one. I think, can we do the third one? I think that seems difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Can we do the third one and the fifth one?
Okay, okay. So first one, second one, and the first, second, and fourth. Okay, you have to do these parts, and I will do the third and the fifth part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So in the third part, we have the diagram just like a kite. As it just looks like a kite.
Kind of, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, kind of kite. So here we have angles x, 30 angle in the one side, and other angles we have to find the x, y, and z. As we know that if there is a parallelogram, in a parallelogram each side is parallel to each other, and all the angles are equal with each other, equilateral and equiangular. So if there is a 30 in the one side, then there should be 30 on the opposite side as well. Okay, so now we have to do this questions. So is my screen is visible? Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here we have, today we have exercise 3.3. You have to set your page by mentioning today's date, page number, and exercise. Okay.
And with the continuation.
Yes, you can continue after that, but you have to mention today's date and day as well. Okay. So in exercise 3. When you're done by setting the page, let me know. Okay, then I will start. Basically, we have to find the angles with the name of x, y, z. We have to give the values of this. We have to give the name of values of these angles. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the question number 2, I am doing the part third.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So here we have, by looking the simple diagram of this parallelogram, it just looks like a kite, and they also drawn the lines between them. These two lines shows which kind of angle. For example, if I just draw that diagram here, it just looks like this. If I just separated the each part, can you just tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to separate each part. This is the one part. This is just like a pizza. Second part. And this is just like the third part, and this is just like the fourth part. Can you tell me? This looks like a triangle, but which triangle? This which triangle?
Isosceles.
No,
Right angle.
no. This is not the isosceles triangle.
Right angle.
Right angle triangle, and a right angle triangle contain which angle?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. So by looking on the diagram of the parallelogram, so on the x, the angle is x on the angle is 90. On the x angle is 90 because the x is present here. Here is the x. Okay. So value of the x is 90. Okay. So I'm gonna write here x is equal to 90. And why this is 90? Because this is the vertical opposite angles. Okay, because I'm just writing the reason. Vertically
Opposite angle.
Yes, opposites angles. Now I find the value of x. I find the angle of the x. Now I have to find the other one. So as you know that this is basically a triangle, because this is a sum of 4 triangles, is it? So if I just separate the one triangle, what is the signs of triangle? Matlab, how you can say that if we have to calculate the angles of the triangle, what is that property known as? What is the name of that property? We have to add all the angles.
Angle sum property.
Yes, very good. Angle sum property. So it means that I have to add angle sum property. So how many angles do we have here? X, Y and Z. Is it? X, Y and Z. These are the whole angles. Okay.
Okay. So if y is z equals
We will go into the next point. First we have to complete this expression. So the sum of angles is equal to 180. 180. Sum of angles of triangle is equal to 180. So by looking on the diagram, I have the value of
x.
no x. I have the value of x, and I also have the value of z as well. What is the value of z here?
30.
30. Very good. So I'm going to put the values like 90 here, and I don't have the value of y, it will remain same, and the z here, which is 30, is equal to 180. Can you give me the answer of 90 and 30 by doing the addition?
Yes. And the value of y is 60. Y's value is 60.
Okay, you just give me the direct answer. We have to follow the steps, Sukena.
Okay.
By adding the 30 and the 90, what is the answer?
120.
120 plus y is equal to 180. Now what I have to do here?
Subtract.
Subtract. It's mean that I have to move 122 with 180. So is 180 is equal to minus 120. So by subtracting them, what is the answer?
60.
60. So we got all the values of x, y and z. X is equal to 90, y is equal to 60 and z is equal to 30. Okay.
Okay.
I hope you understood.
Yes.
Any question?
No.
Now you can write it down.
Can I do this one alone? Because I got the answer already.
Okay, you
But-
can do this at your own. If you did that wrong, then if you did that correct, then that will be a good thing. Okay, you can do it at your own.
So instead, can you just help me to do the second one? I will do 1, 2, 1, 4 and 5 by myself.
Okay, I have to do second part for you.
Yes.
Okay, so remaining part you will do that. Okay. Okay, so now we have to do the second part here. So in the second part, they gave us how many triangles? They just gave us the one angle, and they told us you have to find all the sum of angles like x, y and z. Is it?
Yes.
Now by looking at that, so we have the one angle which is on the opposite side of z, but z is outside angle, that is the interior angle, and z is the exterior angle. Is it? So
Yes.
by looking that, there is the concept of, in the second question they just told us about the adjacent angles and the opposite angles and the corresponding angles. Okay, corresponding angles that lies between a same line and that correspond with each other, and the adjacent angle and the opposite angles. So let's start this part, second part. So basically in the second part we have to find the sum of the here we have to find the value of x, y and z. So what is the value of x here? X. What is the value of x here? We don't have the value of x here, but 50 is on the opposite side.
It's where it is, x will also be 50 and then the z will also be 50, I guess, because
Yes.
they're opposite of
Yes.
50, right?
So the it's opposite. It's mean that x is no. X plus y is equal to 180. Adjacent angles are supplementary angles. Here they're just giving us the concept of supplementary, and just like this here, x plus y plus z is equal to 180. Okay.
So then, since 50 is in the opposite side of z, right now, so then z will also become 50, right? And then if we add it, then we might get x.
So yes, so here I have to put the value of x. What is the value of x here? So they are asking about the supplementary angles. They are asking about the supplementary angles. So x is related with the z, and z is x is related with the 50 angle, and 50 angle is joining with the x. So that is a supplementary angles. Got the concept of supplementary angles? Because they are the adjacent on the same line, on the same side. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. And this is the shape of the quadrilateral in which there are equal sides, and parallelogram are must have the parallel lines with each other. With a parallel line, they have the supplementary angle, they have the opposite angle, they have the corresponding angles as well. So here, if I say this thing, x plus y plus z 180, but here z is not inside, z is outside, so I cannot put z here. I cannot put z here. Why? Because z is the exterior angle and x plus y are only the interior angles. Okay. So x is the supplementary angle of the 50. So the value of x is 50. Okay. 50 plus y is equal to 180. Okay. So now I have to do the subtraction.
Mom, can you give me 1 minute? My mom's calling me.
Okay, yes, you can have 1 minute. So in this question, there is no z here because z is the exterior angle and these are the corresponding angles, supplementary angles. So by adding them, by adding these two angles, the sum will be 180. Okay. So the sum is 180. We have the value of x, which is a supplementary angle. So 180 minus 50, what will be the answer?
180 minus 50 will be 1.
Yes, 130. So we got the value which is 130. The y is equal to 130. Now I have to find the value of x and z as well, because I just got the value of y. So x, y is opposite to, by looking at the picture, y is opposite of,
The y is opposite of x.
So it's mean that if y is equal to 130, then x is also equals to 130. So as I told you about that x, then what will be the value of z here? That is exterior angle. If x is equal to 130, then these are the supplementary angles. So that is the corresponding angle. Okay, that is the corresponding angle. So this is the answer we got of the value of y is equal to 130. By putting this opposite angle, you have to write these are the opposite angles. Okay, and after that, when I just write that z is also equals to 130. And why I write? Because the reason is the corresponding angles that correspond with each other. Okay, corresponding angles. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can a quadrilateral A, B, C, the names of the sides of quadrilateral, be a parallelogram? So they just ask the question, if we have a quadrilateral like A, B, C, D, can we call that a quadrilateral as a parallelogram? If the angle D plus angle B is equal to 180, then by the angle sum of two angles is 180. If AB is equal to DC is 8 centimeter and AD is 4 and BC is 4.4 centimeter. And the third situation they ask about if angle is 70 and angle 65. So basically they ask about the two things, if the two angles are similar, if two sides are similar and other two sides are different, if the both of angles are different, can we call that equilateral as a parallelogram? So we have to give the reason. Basically in the first, in which they ask about the angle D and angle B. So quadrilateral ABCD may or may not be a parallelogram. It can be a parallelogram, but it also cannot be a parallelogram. How? Along with this condition, the following condition should also be fulfilled. If there is angle D and angle B is 180, the sum of the measure of adjacent angles should be 180, and the opposite angle should also be the same measurement. If the angle DB is 180, then the angle C and angle A should be 180. If the angle of all the corresponding angles are 180, then the sum will be 360. Then this quadrilateral can be a parallelogram. Okay.
Okay.
What is the sum property of parallelogram? If we add all the angles of parallelogram, what is the total resultant of our angles?
360.
360. So as I told you, the name define itself, parallelogram. The angles, the sides are parallel, the equal with each other. What does parallelogram says? Parallelogram says that it has the four sides that are parallel with each other. It has the four angles that are equal with each other. Is it? So these are
Yes.
the two rules. If we have to make a quadrilateral as a parallelogram, then its side should be same. Its angles should be same. Okay? Understood?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have to write the answer of the question number 3, part A. So I am going to write the reason for angle D plus angle B is equal to 180, then quadrilateral A, B, C, D may, you have to repeat after me,
May or
may not
not be a parallelogram.
yes. Can I move to the next page?
1 minute, ma'am. I'll just write it down. Quadrilateral Yes, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next page. Along with this condition,
this condition,
the conditions are, first condition is sum of the measure of adjacent angles should be 180. The sum of
the measure.
The sum of measures of adjacent angles should be 180. Okay.
And why do you like maths?
Why do I like maths? Because it is easy to understand and it has a value, it has a numbers, and I love to play with the numbers. That's why. Because it just gives the direct answers.
I mean, like, it's easy. I don't like maths because it consists of, a lot of. I don't like numbers.
Calculations. Basically, you don't like the calculations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the
If one
calculation.
calculation goes wrong, then the whole sum goes wrong, and then the whole energy is wasted.
No,
So
not. When you grow up, these things, addition, multiplication, will help you. I love maths because I love to earn my own money. When I have my own huge money, I can calculate that. That's why I love the math. That is the reason that if you have a lot money, then you can calculate. Okay.
I like
We also use math in the everyday. For example, if you're going to buy anything, for example, if you're going to collect anything, for example, if you're going to buy a cloth for your dressing, you have to measure that cloth. Okay, so the numbers in the mathematics help us to understand every concept of the life. Even if you have to tell me the age, it has a numbers. Okay. Yes.
I like history.
History. Okay, for which country or for which,
I like the whole country's history.
like, you want to
uh,
learn the histories of all the countries.
I mean, they are fun. But
Yes.
I like history and science.
Science.
I like science, like not physics. I don't like physics and science particularly, but then I like chemistry, biology,
Okay.
science. I don't like my unfavorite subjects. That I dislike physics and
Oh,
math.
physics is a very interesting subject. It tells about everything that is happening around us. Whenever you grow up and you have the further kind of books regarding according to the physics, you will enjoy that. Okay, when you just start thinking like a physicist. Okay, when you just start calculating, when you just start imagining, when you just start analyzing, then now that is happening because of the physics. Now that is happening just because of the physics. That thing will help you to develop interest in any subject. Okay. Okay, so we have done with the first question. So the first part, it says that all the angles, adjacent angles should be 180. This is the first point. Now we have to write the second point, that opposite angles should also be same again. If they are the same, if the adjacent angles are the measured in 180, then the opposite angles should be the same. Okay.
Okay.
This is the second point. Okay, opposite angles are also should also
The same.
same. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
done.
Yes.
Can I move to the next page for the next part?
Yes, ma'am.
So the next part, in the second part, they ask about AB, DC. The two sides have the same length, and the another two have the different side. So in the parallelogram, we cannot say that this equilateral can be a parallelogram, because there should be an equal measure of lines, equal measure of length. Okay, no. Opposite sides AD and BC are of different lengths. So the length should be same in a parallelogram. Repeat after me. In a parallelogram, length should be
The parallelogram length should be
same.
same.
Okay, now we have to write for the second part. Question number third, second part. No. Opposites. Repeat after me. Opposite.
Number third, right, ma'am?
Yes, you have to write this.
Is
No.
the third point?
No, it's not the third point. It's the question number third point, part 2. Part 2. Okay, in which they ask about the two sides. They just give about the three values of the sides. AD is equal to DC. That the second part. Okay.
A, B equals DC. Okay.
Yes, that part. No, opposite sides. Opposite side AC and BC are of different lengths. If they have the same length, then we can say that this equilateral is a parallelogram.
Okay, ma'am.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
So now what will be the answer of third part? So can you tell me? They ask about that if the angle is 70, if the angle is 65, can this equilateral is a parallelogram?
No,
What is the reason?
because because the opposite angle of A and C are of different measures.
Yes, in parallelogram we need the same measurement. So for the third question, this is the third part answer, okay?
Okay.
No. Opposite angles A and C have different measures. Done?
Yes.
Now we have to do the next question. Question number 4. Number 5. The measures of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 3 and 2. This is the angle measurement, 3 and 2. Find the measure of each of the angle. No, we have to do the question number 4. Sorry. Draw a rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. Now, what does this means? They ask about us that you have to draw the rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not like a parallelogram, but it has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. For example, there is a diagram in which the opposite angles are equal with each other. The opposite angles are equal each with each other. We have to find that kind of equilateral. I think we know that the shape of that quadrilateral.
Okay.
It is just like this. Here, and here. This is not a parallelogram because it has the opposite lengths and opposite angle. But here, A, C, B and D. But here, the angle B and the angle C. The measure of angle B and the opposite angle D, the measurement of this angle D is same, are equal with each other. But the measurement of A and C is opposite. Okay, and the length, the size and the measurement of length is also opposite. So we cannot say that this is a parallelogram. This is basically an equilateral. but it has the one same feature. What is that same feature with the parallelogram?
The equals parallelogram. It is the I
It has these same angle of measure in opposite direction. Okay, it has the same angle of measurement. It has the same opposite angle measures. So we have to write the answer of question number 4 here. Quadrilateral. I'm gonna write, you have to speak, okay?
quadrilateral A B C D E F G a kite has two of its
Interior angles.
two of its interior angle
Can I move to the next page?
yes
Quadrilateral ABCD kite has a two of its interior angle B and D of same measures. However, still the quadrilateral A, B, C, D is not a parallelogram. As the measures of the remaining pair of opposite angles. Okay,
okay
now after writing this you have to draw this diagram. Okay,
okay and I was writing that
I'm just gonna finish. Just give me a 1 minute.
I'll just write
Okay, now you can do this here.
Yes, ma'am. Then I also do the kite.
Done?
Yes.
Can you tell me what we learned in today's class?
Today we learned about vertically opposite angles, like when x equals to 90, how to solve it, and like about angle sum property. And
Okay.
then we also learned how the opposite angles measure the same, including the corresponding angles.
Okay.
And then how a quadrilateral ABCD may or may not be a parallelogram, and we also learned its conditions, like
Yes.
some of
So
the
the
measure.
2 points you have to remember that if there is an equilateral, there is no same measurement of length, no equal measurement of all angles. Okay, but in a parallelogram all lengths are same and all angles are measurement, their measurement is same, equal. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
any question?
No, ma'am.
We have to get the trick how we can solve the highest common factor. Okay, first HCF, अगर हमारे पास कोई भी दो नंबर हो, जैसे कि हमारे पास पेयर ऑफ नंबर्स है 16 and 40. अब 16 एंड 40 का हमें फैक्टर्स निकालने. फैक्टर्स कैसे निकलते हैं, आपने देखना होता है कि किस किस टेबल में प्रेजेंट है. ठीक है, सिंपली आप अगर इसको 2 से डिवाइड करते जाएंगे तो आपके पास आंसर आता जाएगा. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली जो आपका हाईएस्ट, सबसे पहले हम निकालेंगे फैक्टर्स. ठीक है, हम निकाल रहे हैं फैक्टर्स. फैक्टर्स लिखते हैं जी 16 के और 40 के. फैक्टर भी सबसे स्मॉलेस्ट नंबर से स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो 1 2 में भी प्रेजेंट है, फिर ये 4 के टेबल में भी है, 8 के टेबल में भी है और अपने टेबल 16 में भी है. 40 का भी स्मॉलेस्ट नंबर से स्टार्ट करेंगे, 2 में भी है, 4 में भी है, 5 में भी है, 8 में भी है, 10 में भी है, 20 में भी है और ये अपने टेबल 40 में भी है. ये मैंने फाइंड कर लिए हैं फैक्टर्स. अब इसके नेक्स्ट स्टेप की तरफ आएंगे. अब मुझे फाइंड करना है कॉमन फैक्टर्स. क्या फाइंड करना है? कॉमन फैक्टर्स. तो अगर मैं 16 और 20 के कॉमन फैक्टर देखूं तो क्या क्या है? 1 2 4 8, 4 कॉमन फैक्टर्स आ गए. ठीक है, मैंने लिख लिए 1 2 4 8. अब मैंने कॉमन फैक्टर निकाल ली. अब मुझे चाहिए हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर. अब इसमें से हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर कौन सा है?
8.
वेरी गुड, 8. तो इस तरीके से आप आसानी से हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर किसी भी. वी हैव टू डू द एक्सरसाइज 3.3, the question number 5, because we have done with the question number 4 in the previous class, and today we have to start from the question number 5. So question number 5 says the measure of two adjacent angles mean that two angles are lie on the same plane, same statement. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
parallelogram are in the ratio 3 and 2. Find the measure of each of the angles of parallelogram. Now we have to find the angle, each angle of a parallelogram, and according to the parallelogram has the equal opposite angle and the sides are parallel with each other. So we have to find the angles of parallelogram. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
so the measure of the two adjacent angle, like if I just draw a parallelogram, it has sides A, B, C and D. Okay, now I have to find the angles. So I just say that the sum of the angles of parallelogram is 180. Sum of two angles. Okay, sum of two angles.
2.
So the angle they given, the ratio is 3/2. So the ratio is 3/2, and by putting that the solving that we can get the answers. Okay, now we have to complete this. Is my screen and whiteboard is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, firstly you have to listen, understand, analyze, then you have to write. Okay, if you have any question you can ask. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, so the sum of the adjacent angle, for example, if I am going to draw the parallelogram here. Okay, this is the parallelogram which is parallel on each side. So if this is the 90, if this is a 65, then this is also the 65, because these are the adjacent angles. If this is not the 65, okay, this is a 35, this one is 65, but they both lie on a same line. They both are lying on a same line. That is known as a adjacent angle.
Adjacent.
Adjacent angle. Okay, so So the sum of the adjacent angle, it means we have to find the adjacent. So sum of the whole parallelogram is 360. So if this is a parallelogram, I'm gonna give a name A, B, C, D. Okay. So if this is the adjacent angle A and C, then the sum of these two adjacent angle 90 plus 90, 180. Okay.
Okay.
And this angle like B and D, this is also 90, 90 and 180. Then the whole sum of parallelogram is 360. But we didn't know the actual division of 360 in the 4. Maybe the 110 or like 108, something like that. But there is a difference point. If this is the adjacent angle, then C should be 90, A should be 90, or the opposite angle should be equal. Remember the 2 points of parallelogram. If the adjacent angles are equal, 2 points in a parallelogram, or the adjacent angles are equal or opposite angles are equal, but though angles should be equal. Okay, as you can see that 180 is equal and 90 is equal. Got it? So what is the two compulsory points of parallelogram? Two adjacent angles are equal or two opposite angles are equal. Can you write these 2 points on your rough notebook?
Yes, two adjacent angles are equal.
Yes, I'm gonna write here. You can copy that and you have to repeat after me.
Oh, you're starting from in parallelogram. Okay.
Repeat.
In parallelogram, two important points. One minute. I need to check something.
Yes.
1 minute. I need to check something.
Okay. Can I move? Can I write the second point? Two opposite angles.
Well, for the exam, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters.
Okay.
I was still in the first chapter, understanding quadrilaterals. Then yes, squares and square roots.
I think in today's week, in the today class, in the next class, we will finish with the first chapter. Okay, this chapter. Then we have to move to the next chapter. Okay. This is this 2 points which shows what is the parallelogram. Basically, these 2 points. Now we have to start doing the solution of this question number 5, which says if the sum of adjacent angles. Okay, can you just write with me? Okay, sum of adjacent angles. Sum of adjacent angles. Okay, so the sum of adjacent angle is basically 180 from the one side. Okay, that is the 180. So if I just give the name of that 180 is, at least I just give the sides of two names, like A plus B is 180. This is about the two adjacent sides. Okay, not more than 2, because we are talking about the adjacent side. These are the two adjacent sides. Got it? So yes, they gave the ratio. They also gave the ratio. Can you just tell me what is the ratio?
The ratio is 3:2.
3:2. Yes. Now we have to do according to this ratio.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the ratio is basically 3 into 2. So I'm gonna write, I just write the angles. Now the ratio is with the adjacent angle, adjacent side. It means that A is equal to 3x plus B is equal to 2x is equal to 180. Got it?
Yes.
Understood? Why I
Yes.
put x here? Because x will show the opposite angles. X will show the opposite angles. Okay, so these are the two angles on the x side, and for the y side we have to find it. Can I move to the next page?
Yes.
Yes.
ma'am.
So now we have to solve this, like 2x. First one is 3x. 3x plus
3x.
2x.
Plus 2x.
Yeah, this is the sum of two angle is equal to 180.
180.
Can I add these two?
Yeah. That
Yeah,
will be
because they both have the same algebra, which is x. They have the same variable, so we can do that. So 2 3 plus 2, 5x is equal to 180. Yes,
So then it will be 180 divided by 5.
very
So
good,
x
very
equals
good.
to
180 divided by the 5. Then what will be the answer, Sukena?
That I need to divide.
Okay.
Thirty-six.
36. Very good. The answer is 36. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next part. If this says us, if there is angle A and B, as I draw the parallelogram, always A is the opposite angle of C. Okay, and always B has the opposite angle D. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So here for the A, what is the ratio? 3x. And what is the ratio for B? 2x.
2x.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
For the value, what is the value of x here? What is the value of x here?
36.
36. So can I put the value of x here?
Yes.
Yes. So it's mean for the angle A, angle C, 3 into 36. Then the answer is 3 6 are 18, 3 3 are 9 and 10. 108. The first opposite angle is 108. I hope you understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you do the second part for me for the 2x? Here, just like this. Angle B, angle B, angle D, 2x, 2 into 36. Can you solve this?
Yes.
And that will be the opposite angles. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
I hope you
70.
understood. You don't have any question?
No, ma'am. It is 2 3 are 6 and 2 6 are 12. So 1 6 plus 1 is 7. So it's 72.
Okay, yes, that is a 72. Very good. So the for the angle C, that is 108. For the angle D, that is 72. Okay, so for the angle A, that is 180. For the 90, and for the angle B, that is 90. Can you just calculate all of these?
90 plus 90.
No, not the 90, not the 90. So I just write it down just like this. It's mean that if angle A is opposite to angle C,
C.
both have the same angles, 108. If the angle B and angle D both have the same angle, okay? If I just draw this parallelogram like this,
Yeah, this
A.
is the
opposite is equal to C.
vertically opposite
Yes,
angle.
yes, opposite angles. Just like this. I hope you understood.
Yes. ma'am.
Any question?
Ma'am, can you just show that?
Yes, I can. Is this page?
Yeah.
said that two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. Find the measure of each of the angles of a parallelogram. So this is the I guess the picture in front, that is the sixth picture.
No, ma'am, it's for the seventh one.
And it's for the seventh. Okay, that's it. XYZ. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Find the measure. No, the two adjacent angles have the same angles. The angles that lie on a same plane. Now we have to find the length of that same angles. We have to find the length, the measurement. Okay. So the question 6 says the sum of two adjacent angle is 180, which is equal to A and B. So if these two angles are same, adjacent, so we can say that A is equal to angle B. We can say that. Yes. So by solving this, we can get the each angle of parallelogram measure. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Find the measure of each of the angle of parallelogram. We have to find the measure of angle of each parallelogram. Each angle measure of one parallelogram. What did they ask? Angle, each measure of angles of a parallelogram. So for the question number 6, if this says sum of adjacent angles, sum of adjacent angles, what is sum of adjacent angle is equal to
160.
No, adjacent angle, not whole parallelogram, just adjacent angle. 180. Yes, 180. So we have the two angles, like by adding the two angles, that will be angle B and angles A and B. But in the given question, they said that the angles are adjacent. It means the angles are equal with each other. So can I say this? Can I write this? Angle A is equal to angle B. Can I write this? Because because these are equal with each other, because they are the adjacent angles. So it's mean I can write here that there are how many angles? 2, 3 or 4? 2. Yes. So I write here there are two angles. Okay. This thing in the previous question, this statement says this: the sum of the measure of two angle. Okay. So that is 180. That is 180. What will be the next step here? 2 is multiplying with angle A. Can 2 move to the 180 and do the
Multiplication.
division? No, it's doing the multiplication here. On the other side, he has to do the division.
So 180
Yes,
divided
angle A
by-
here, 180 divided by 2. Got it? So what will be the answer?
Divided. ma'am. Nine.
90. Angle A is 90. If angle A is 90, then which other angle will be 90?
Angle B.
Very good. So angle A is equal to angle B. Both are equals to 90. If these two are equals to 90, so what I just wrote in the previous question, then angle A is opposite of
Angle B.
angle A.
Angle A is the opposite of angle C.
And angle B is the opposite of.
Angle D.
So the
C and
reason
D
is these are the opposite angles. I'm just putting the short form here. Okay, you have to write it complete with spelling. Okay, opposite angles. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the reason? Each angle of the parallelogram measures. Each angle of parallelogram measures 90. Got it?
Yes.
Any question? Did you understood?
Yes.
And I hope this one is easy, not the tricky one. You just have to do the practice after the class, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Done?
Now I have to write.
Okay, you have to write. You can complete.
Can you go to the starting of the 60?
Yes, I can. Here. It starts from here, is it?
Okay.
Okay. So the remaining questions are, I guess, till 9? No, not 10, 11, 12. We have to finish this in today's class, okay?
Yes.
So now we have to do the question number 7. So the adjacent figure HOPE, HOPE, HOPE is a parallelogram. Find the angle measures of X, Y and Z. State the properties used to find them. Now I told you how we can find the angles. There are interior angles, there are exterior angles. So by looking this parallelogram HOPE, X, Y and Z, these are all the interior angles. These are all the interior angles. So Y is on the first side. What is the opposite of Y? 40. 40. So Y is equal to 40. Okay. By doing the sum, like Z plus Y is equal to 70. Because 70 is the exterior angle, corresponding angle. Interior, sum of the interior angle is equal to the corresponding angle. Sum of the interior angle is equal to the corresponding angle. By doing this subtraction, we got the angle Z. So by solving this adjacent pair of angles, we got the exact value of X. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have to do this. You have to repeat after me, and also you have to write with me, and you have to repeat after me. Okay? So the 7th part, Y. What is the value of angle Y?
Y equals to 40, right?
40. And 40 is the alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle. Okay.
Okay.
So the Z plus Y, the sum of interior angle is equal to the its corresponding angle, that is 70, and these are all the corresponding angles. Okay, these are all corresponding angles. So can I put the value of Z Y here? That is 40. Okay, what we have to do, Sukena, here?
40 plus 70.
How you can say that 40 plus 70? 40 has the plus sign here. If it goes to the another
40 minus 70.
70 minus 40. Very good. Just like this. We don't have to remove the position of the 40. 70, we have to remove the position of 40. But we also have to change the number. So what is the answer? 70 minus 40. 30. Very good. So what is the value of Z?
30.
Very good. The value of Z is
30.
30. So now we have to find the adjacent pair of angles. We have to follow the property of the given parallelogram. So for the adjacent pair of angles, we have to do like this: X plus Z plus 40. 40. Now what is 40 here? The value of, now we have to add all of these. We have to add all of these, like X, Y, X. No, we have to follow the order now. X, 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 Y, Z. Sum of these angles is equal to 180. 180. Now I have to put all the values here. Got it? So that we don't have, yes,
40 plus 30.
40 plus 30. By adding this 40 plus 30, what is the answer? 70. Yes.
40 plus 30.
Now what I have to do here, Sukena? 180 will be here. Plus 70. It moves to the equals to another side. It's mean minus 70. Can you do this calculation?
Yes, ma'am. So then it will be 180 minus 70, right?
Yes.
And the reason I couldn't do yesterday's homework is because I had a match.
Okay. 110.
Yeah,
180 minus 70.